There we go.
Hi, everyone. How are you all doing today? Welcome to One Cal Collab. We've got Lorraine from Chatelaine Makes, Gina from the Knitting Turnpike, and myself, Barb from Nutty Yarnies with you today, as usual.
From the Knitting
Oh,
Turnpike.
just one second. My iPad decided to turn the volume on. So today's unfortunate. It's like a bittersweet day because it's all going to be ending there after this live. And it's sweet because it's been such a fun time. The lives have been amazing. Meeting so many fiber friends have been amazing. Meeting these two wonderful that way ladies are amazing. And then the sad thing is, of course, it's going to be over. But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed. This week we've spent lots of time putting together a nice slideshow for everybody. And we put all your information into like a story form. So I'm not just going to say answer 1, answer 2, answer 3. It'll be, it'll be like in story form. And we're each going to read parts. So when we're doing that part of the live, you are only going to see. I hear some feedback. I think it's me.
It's me.
Okay, you're only going to be seeing the photos. You'll hear our voices each talking behind, okay? That's so that we can make the photos the star and you could see the workmanship that went into all of these lovely sweaters. And we're each taking our turn there, and yeah. And then stay tuned for after all of that, or come back if you like. You could pause at any time. I know you could pause lives and it just keeps on streaming, and that's fine too. And you can come back at the very end for the draw, for the last drawing. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much. I hope you take the time to watch the entire episode, whether it's in one sitting or 4. Take time to congratulate everybody on their finished beautiful sweaters. They're all different, unique, and beautiful. All right, so I'll let you guys do a quick introduction of yourself. We're not going to be showing any of our sweaters today, actually. You're going to see them in the photos, and we're going to talk about them while the photos are on the screen. So we figure just to keep this as short as possible, since we've got quite a long show to show you, our slideshow. I keep forgetting the word slideshow. So we're just going to talk a little bit in case you stumbled upon us just today. So go ahead, Lorraine, and chat a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Lorraine. My channel is Chatelaine Makes. I started to knit when I learned how to knit when I was about maybe 10. And my sister taught me how to crochet when I was about 14. I kind of stuck to the crocheting because it was easier and quicker. And I learned how to, when I started to crochet, it was the granny square. And that's all I knew was the granny square. And I just kept going around and around and around and around. And I asked my sister, because it was getting vague, I said, how do we finish this off? She said, I don't know. I said, well, find out. So I ended up making a great big afghan. And I kind of stuck with the crocheting. And about maybe 30 years ago or so, I brought back knitting. And so I've been knitting and crocheting for quite some time. And I live in Alberta, Canada.
Nice. All right. And Gina, if Lorraine, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, Gina.
Okay, my name is Gina Pike. I'm with the Knitting Turnpike. I live in Texas, in the United States. I'm in the Dallas area, and I have I started crocheting about it was in 2010, do the math, so almost 12 years ago. I did crochet for a few years, and then I started knitting about 2014. And I've kind of been mostly knitting since then, but I am starting to pick up my crochet a little bit, especially with this crochet along. And this was my first wearable to make. So I feel like I learned a lot, especially from these two lovely ladies here. And we also had some wonderful ideas from the chat, and our group has been amazing. I mean, I know I probably would not have added some things to my top if I had not had some suggestions. So I'm really happy that I participated in this cow and I got to meet all you lovely people. Let's see. Uh, I think that's about it. So I'll kick it to you, Barb.
You just jotted my memory to mention, I should have mentioned it at the beginning. I usually have notes. Today I'm like, let's be fun and just, yourself and just wing it. So I forgot to mention, if you're new here, if you've stumbled upon this today, which is today's July 26th, a Monday, or after, or next year even, because it will be there to view at any time for anyone that wants to or wants some inspiration. So we're going to have the the Facebook group, One Cal Collab. It's there. So whenever you want to make a new sweater and want to post it in there, go for it. I'll show the hashtag on Instagram, One Cal Collab. That'll stay there too. So you can just keep that in mind. So if you make another one down the road, go ahead and put that in there. We'd love to see it. We'll keep on following along and chat with everybody. I mean, we consider you all good fiber friends now, and we love hearing from you, whether it's knitting, crocheting, or life stuff. It's been really, really fun to meet a lot of new people. So, me.
Who are you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Naughty, far from Naughty Yarnies. I'm a YouTube channel, obviously, from just about a year and 2 months ago. And I've knitted since I was 9. I'm not going to say how many years that is, but mostly I knitted just rectangular square things like sew, knit, purl, yarn overs kind of thing for most of the part of my life. And then I took up loom knitting about 6 or 7 years ago via YouTube with Mikey from the Crochet Crowd now, but I don't know if I don't think he was a Crochet Crowd back then. It was something else. And then I had to crochet a part of I think it was maybe a hat at the end or something so you needed a crochet hook to do this pickup part. And then when I did that part, I'm like, oh, I did that. Let's see what, it's kind of easy pulling these stitches through. The concept just was so much similar to knitting that it was like, I'm going to try that. So I started, and I of course went on YouTube and search, and of course the first one I seen was Mikey again. So I stuck with him, and he has a tutorial section, and he starts at ground zero. I call it ground zero. So he has the section that I think it's from videos 1 to 24, I believe it is, and you start at 1, and 1 is like chaining. Then the next lesson is like single crochet, and then half double, and you keep graduating. So I would do the one video, I would sit there until I figure I mastered that video, and then I'd move on to the next, then the next. So at first I never really made anything. I wanted to learn all the things first because that's my process. And then I started going along with his crochet alongs and everything, and then I enjoyed that. And then I was like, oh, I think if I could do all this, let's try some knitting. Oh, I know, I found podcasts, and I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm kind of addicted, but a lot of podcasters kind of inspired me to start picking up my knitting again, and then learning like different stitches in that as well. Like I didn't even know there was other stitches. I knew you could do socks, like Lorraine had said. I knew you can do shawls and sweaters, but I always just assumed they were just a mixture of knit and purls. I didn't realize there were so many ways that you could put those knitting needles in different places and come out with this beautiful different lace work and things. So I was so intrigued by that. So I'm kind of trying to keep a balance on my channel where I have a balance of knit and crochet, but my heart is kind of really right now into the knitting, so I kind of got to force myself almost sometimes to crochet. So this crochet along has brought out the love for me back for crochet, and also for my own, kind of went off kilter, and is it tilter or kilter? Anyway, to make my own design. So that's what I ended up doing with my second sweater, was my own design. But so I've crocheted. I forgot to mention that I've crocheted now. I just seen on my memory wall, it has been 6 years, and I've literally made thousands of things since then. So that is my fiber story in kind of a nutshell. Everybody that I know, love, or gift things to have always received something fiber related from me. And then if if I get the sense that it wasn't their type of gift, well, then they never received one again. Some people just aren't, as we call it, knit or fiber related worthy, because they're just not into that. That's fine. That's okay. But I would rather put all my love and stitches into something for somebody that really does truly appreciate it. And I'm just lucky that all my guys, my mom and my brother and his family, they really love the things that I make for them. So I'm really appreciative of that. So if anybody doesn't have any questions,
I have one.
Yeah, shoot.
Gina, what's behind you?
This
Yes.
this is the top that Carrie Alfieri made. I'm going to show this off. I've just this beautiful. Look at this pink. What I want to show up close is that she did.
I'm going to zoom in on you just so you're forewarned. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Click on her picture.
Oh, on hers, not me. I did click on hers. I don't. Oh, I removed her. Just a minute.
I've been banned.
Oh my goodness! Just a second. This is only my second time, and I don't think I've clicked. So okay, I click on me. Solo layout. Got it.
There you go.
Okay. So as you can see, if I can explain this well, it's got a yoke, kind of a neck. Can you see how she did the neck? A really special.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you can explain more later. It's in the notes too. So she's got all the notes here too. So you do but then you'll explain it perfectly later again.
All right, and then look at the beads she added around the neck.
Wow.
It's really pretty,
gorgeous.
Special stitching. And then she knows that I liked the split seam, so she split seamed to the bottom for me. And it's really nice. It's made with the Trubu yarn, and she added a sleeve for me. And I would put it on. It's just a little warm for me today. I'm having one of those surges. So, but it's really, really pretty in this beautiful pink, which is my favorite color. And it was so sweet of her to make this and send it to me. I mean, the top she made, she sent to me, which thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much. It was very, very sweet of you.
So what Gina's saying is she's going to take photos and be a model and post it in the group one day.
Facebook group.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, I'll do that. I'll do it.
I'm trying to change this back
to
the way it was. Oh, okay. It's weird because it shows 3 people on the screen, and then I had to click on the 2-person one for it to come up like this. I don't know. What do I know? All right. I don't think anybody has any questions that I see. Just lots of nice, lovely comments. So we've got, when we go up a single and show everyone the photos of these sweaters, we are not going to be able to see the chat, but we all have separate devices going with the chat. But we'll also at the end make sure we didn't miss anything, because it's hard to be doing multiple things, and we're all going to be involved in telling you about all these beautiful, beautiful works of art. So if everybody is ready, or do you have anything else to add? Yes, Gina.
I want to say before we get started, we did ask people to give us their information, and we didn't get everybody's information. So we're sharing what we got because we didn't have permission. So just wanted to make sure everybody knows that. But we do appreciate all the pictures you posted in Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Very much. Yeah. Thank you, Gina. Because if I had notes written, I would have remembered to say that, because I could, like, we sat there and considered, do we put people's pictures up? But then we said, it's probably not. No, we didn't have permission. Like, it's fine to, if they would have just said, okay for the picture and just not the information, we could have still added them in this slideshow.
Slideshow.
Oh, wow. But we didn't think it's right. So if you don't see your photos here, please, I'm sorry. We mentioned about it for 3 separate lives now that we were putting this all together, and we mentioned it also multiple times on the Facebook group too. And I realized that everybody's lives are busy, and if you didn't get around to it, I'm so very, very sorry. I had my last one. I even went like literally today. My last email was today, and I still typed up and still edited a photo and put that in there. So even though I told everybody I was cutting it off by Saturday, I still had somebody else, and I'd feel terrible if I didn't include it. So we're pretty inclusive there. So we're going to share the screen now, and then you'll hear our different voices. We are going to try to talk like not real slow, but not real quick, so that you guys can sink in and admire the sweater and see what points we're making about the sweater. Let us know in the chat if you do find it too slow or too fast. But if you are watching in the replay, you have a little button at the top right of your screen that allows you to change the settings. So if you want to go through it a little bit quicker, you can change it up to 2 times the speed or 1.5 times to whip through the information too. And then you could pause and make notes as you so wish. You could also, even on the slide, you could pause if you need to jot something down or ask in the comments section. That's totally fine as well. All right, everybody ready? Okay, this just takes a second for this to happen. You'll just see the back of my screen of my laptop until I get the screen up. All right. And let me know that it's working here if you can, ladies, because I can't see a darn thing. Oh, I guess I can on my. All right.
There we go.
Looks good.
All right. So this is our hashtag 1Cal collab in our Facebook group, Instagram, and here on all 3 of our channels you could find us. We all crocheted the pattern called the America Tank by the designer named Jeannie from On the Hook Designs. And it's a paid for pattern available on Etsy if anybody would like to know. So this is the first photo. This is myself, Barb, from Naughty Yarnies, and you can find me on YouTube and on Instagram at Naughty Yarnies as well. I used Bernat Baby Softy colors in yellow rainbow, and then I used also Karen Simply Soft in the red that you see around the arms and the neck, and a pale yellow at the bottom trim. I used 3 full balls of the main color of the Baby Softy colors, and that is equal to 310 yards for each ball. So I used, what's that? 930 yards. I used a quarter ball of the pale yellow around the bottom, and I used about half of a ball for the red. And they are a very lightweight number 4, and gauges the Simply Soft, and it gauges about a 3 weight yarn. I used a 5mm crochet hook to chain for all the chain parts, and a 4mm hook to do the stitches. I did the double crochet stitch. I chained 96 across the front and the back, and then I did 93 chain or double crochets across, and that's for each section. So I had like 186 or something like that across the whole thing. Then I also joined my front and the back. I seamed for the sleeves. Then I joined in the round for the sleeves and worked the neck and the bottom in the round, turning after each round. I was running out of my yarn when I got to the front part, so I ended up making my neck quite a lot wider than most of your necks would have been. So then I ended up, that's why I used the red, and everybody mentioned they liked the red, some liked the other colors, but I used the red. And then I wanted it in the sleeves to kind of catch the eye too. And I didn't want everybody's eye drawn to the bottom of my hips, so I used the pale yellow around my hips area. The length is about halfway to my zipper of my jeans, and I should have asked what I changed about the pattern. Everything. I didn't follow kind of the pattern at all. I guess I'm a rebel. Thanks to Lorraine and Gina for putting up with my shenanigans. I've been feeling so lucky to have you both in my corner and in my heart. I have so very much enjoyed chatting with every one of you in the lives, in the Facebook group, and on Instagram. But my most favorite part is having so many new friends in my fiber circle. Thank you, everybody. And next we have number 2.
Okay, this is Gina from the Knitting Turnpike. And that's me, by the way. I used Lion Brand True Blue in the color Thistle, which is a DK weight number 3 yarn, and it's 100% rayon from bamboo. I used about 6.5 skeins, which is a lot. I used a 4mm hook for the body, and then I did the 3.5mm hook when I did the starting edges and the trim around the neck. I said the stitches I used were double crochet and single crochet for the beading, because I did in the right above for my chest is I kind of did like a 6-row single crochet so I could add some 4 hearts designed in beads. And then I just did an increasing V-stitch rows for, sorry, I skipped a row. Let's see. I did single crochet for the beading and then V-stitch on the sleeves. So the sleeves were normally just kind of, you just finished it, but I found a V-stitch pattern and I created this little V-stitch fabric that I made it for a few inches and then I sewed it on both sides to the sides of the top. My sweater is very long. It's about 31 inches long, but I love how it turned out. And I also loved how I did, that's later. It says I made some changes. The neck I made shorter than 7 rounds. Like she recommended, I did like 3 rounds because I felt like that was, when it ended up, my neck was pretty close to the edge. So I only did 3 rounds. I added single crochet stitching to the sides to kind of even it up, and it also to help with the seaming. But I also left it open about 5 inches at the bottom for a split seam. And then, of course, I've already mentioned I added the V-stitch cap sleeve and then the 4 hearts in beads to the front. Overall, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this cowl and meeting all of you wonderful people and enjoyed working with Lorraine and Barb and getting to know both of them a lot better. And everyone has inspired me in this cowl. Everyone's had some unique idea. Everybody's top has been just a little bit different. And I've thoroughly enjoyed looking at how one pattern can be so different when everybody just puts their own little twist on it. So thank you.
So this is me, Lorraine, from Chatelaine Makes. I used a mystery yarn of unknown fibers and Karen Simply Soft. The mystery yarn I got from, I think, like a thrift store. And it was 3 or 4, it was, I think, 4 strands of, 2 strands of white and no, 3 strands. Okay, 2 strands of white and 1 strand of black held together. And the Simply Soft was black. I used approximately 1,000 yards of yarn. And I did my chain in a 4.5 millimeter. My main body, I used a 3.75, and I used a 3 millimeter for the trim. And actually, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong top. Hold on.
Oh. Okay, maybe go down to 24, just one sec.
I just
23.
realized that.
Yeah, 23.
There we go. Okay.
I must have got them mixed up. Sorry.
Oh, you know what? You put both of them the same.
I put both of them the same.
Yep.
How did
Okay,
that
so
happen?
this
Okay,
one,
if you could describe, yeah.
Yeah, this one I used Burnett Matrix, which gave it the color, and that was like a trellis or ladder yarn. I used that held together with Premier Cotton Fair in a cream color. And I used approximately the same amount of yarn, approximately 1,000 yards. And I did my pattern the same as the written pattern. On the sleeve, I just added 2 or 3 rows because it was quite wide at the shoulders. I just added a few rows of single crochet, and then I did a picot trim around the edge of the sleeve. Now on the bottom, it wasn't quite long enough, so I added single crochet there, and then the picot trim as well on the bottom. And I used a double crochet stitch for the main body. And that's about it for that one. And I know I've got lots of time because of the notes. So I can just let you know what I really liked about the doing the Cal was getting to meet more fiber friends, even though we didn't put a face to the names. And I really enjoyed getting to know Barb and Gina more than just acquaintances on YouTube. So that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed doing the lives, even though, like some people say, they weren't really the interval in between. It would have been nice to do every week, but we thought maybe we'd do it every 2 weeks to stretch out the lives because we extended the crochet along, and that was due to some of our other commitments that we had, and we didn't really want to conflict with the Christmas fairies in July as well. So
Well said.
Yeah. So that's about it.
Okay. The next one we have is Sarah Lindfield, and you could find her on YouTube under the name CR4FTYM00. I just say Crafty Moo or Crafty Ma, I don't know. She's from Seaford, UK, and she is in the house right now if you'd like to chat with her and congratulate her on her beautiful sweater. She used Lion Brand yarn shawl in a ball in the colorway of Prism. It is a number 4 worsted weight yarn that is acrylic held with it has a metallic thread in it. She is using 2.5 balls to make her whole entire sweater. She said she is a rebel. See, she's like me. She's a rebel and never gauge swatches. Well, I gauge swatch, but I'm a rebel in other ways. She used double crochet stitches and did 1 row of half double crochet around her sleeves to add a little bit more. The length is long enough, as you could see through the photo, to cover her bum, she says. She absolutely loves her sweater. Could totally see why. She did less rows around the neck than the pattern called for, and she added beads to the neckline. Would love to see some close-up photos, maybe, Sarah, on the group so we could see those beautiful beads.
Mm-hmm.
Gina inspired her with her beading, and all 3 hosts for hosting the cow. Now, in Sarah's words, I loved the pattern, well written. I loved the lives, loved the Facebook group, and loved seeing everyone else's progress too. I disliked it being completely done. Laugh out loud.
Mm-hmm.
She said she never makes 2 of anything, so I'll never do another one. And I must comment, Sarah, I think you got the first one perfect, so you do not need a second one whatsoever.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Why do I have my name under it twice?
That's okay. We don't know either.
I know. I saw that just now too. Are you
Yeah.
here to read it?
No, that's it's supposed to be Lorraine. Okay, go ahead, Lorraine, because I have another one. It's fine.
Okay.
It's supposed to be Lorraine.
Well, Gina's next.
No, because Gina has the one after.
I know. Then I'm out. Okay, anyways, this is Joyce's. It was her first wearable and her first pattern from Jeannie. Was made using Kristen
Omdals.
What?
Oh, okay.
Omdals.
Mhm.
Diesel Baby 100% milk fiber. It is a
Oh.
DK weight in the color peach, and she used a 4mm hook. She used half double crochet throughout the body, so she wouldn't have to wear a camisole. The body, or the bottom and the cap sleeves, are 4 rows or rounds of single crochet. She believes she did 2 or 3 single crochet around the collar. She used easy stitches, so the yarn was the star. In Sarah's words, what I learned was to make it to fit me by measuring my favorite sweater. I drew the measurements out in my project book, and now I won't have to guess ever again, unless your body changes. That was my added part. I've worn it several times already.
Can
Very
I just
nice.
say, can I just add that I meant to type in Joyce's words, not Sarah's words. Oh my gosh. I promise everybody I proofread this 3
Oh,
times.
this is, yes.
But it was like at like 4 this morning, like while I was typing all the last of it. So I apologize. That was Joyce in Joyce's words. That wasn't Lorraine that botched that. That was myself, Barb. I'm sorry. All right. That's beautiful, Joyce.
It is beautiful.
Mhm.
All right. The next top is from Linda Simpson.
Oops.
Linda Simpson, you can find her as Linda Simpson Designs on YouTube or as LA Simpson 60 on Instagram. She used the multicolor Madame Cotton Oran Bayan from Hobium, color number 445. And this is a DK number 3 weight yarn that is 49% cotton and 51% acrylic blend. She used 3 1/2 balls. She used the double crochet stitch, and she kept the sleeves at the length they are when joined. Not sure on the length, but it fits perfectly on her, and she has worn it a couple of times. I think it looks really cute. That's me saying that. It says she stuck right to the pattern. And it says, Gina inspired me with how she designed the top to be longer and added beads. In Linda's words, it says, I so enjoy being part of this collab, and it definitely took me out of my comfort zone as I have only been crocheting with yarn since November of last year.
Wow.
Which I'm saying, wow, is amazing.
Wow.
Is right. I know.
And I love the pooling, what Linda's yarn did.
Me
Like,
too.
if I was to try that, it would look atrocious. That looks gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is one of Cynthia's May's sweaters. She used for this sweater.
No, she's got 6 sweaters, so this is
Yes.
That 5 should be a 6.
Okay. Whoops. Lost my spot. Okay, so she used Chai Latte Comfy Cotton Blend in a single crochet and double crochet. For the sleeves, she did 4 rows of single crochet. This one fits snug but not tight, but she likes the way it fits. In Cynthia's words, Barb, Lorraine, and Gina always commenting on my tops and words of kindness. Thank you to the group, too, for their kind words. It was fun because she liked seeing what others did differently on their tops. It was a learning experience for her.
Oh, that's nice. That looks good.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
And Cynthia again. Cynthia May, her second of 6 sweater. She used Mainstay 100% cotton yarn. She said it didn't have a colorway. I think she might have messaged me the colorway, and I got mixed up with a bunch of colorways. So, because having 6 sweaters, and me being me. She used V stitches. For her sleeves, she did 1 row of single crochet extra. This one was made for her youngest daughter, and it fits her really, really well, she said. And in Cynthia's words again, I thought the collab was fun because I liked seeing what others did differently on their sweaters. It was a real learning experience. I apologize for the dog.
Oh, she's just saying she likes the sweater.
She's putting her 2 cents worth.
All right. This is the third top from Cynthia May. And I just wanted to kind of add just real quickly, if you guys want to find her on YouTube, I think her name is Cynthia Crochet and More May. So that way, if you want to look for her on YouTube. But this is her third top. She used a blueberry muffin comfy cotton blend. That's from Lion brand. And I think that yarn is either DK weight or worsted weight, because I've used it before.
Okay.
She used about 1 1/4 balls of the yarn, and she used single crochet and double crochet stitches. For the sleeves, she did 3 rows of single crochet and added to the pattern of the sleeve. It fits her very comfortably, and she likes the way it fits, and so do I. It's very cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is Cynthia's 4th, and she used Karen cotton cakes in her yarn choice was the colorway Nested Blues. It is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic, and she used 1 cake. She did all the double crochets and no decreases on the neck, and she kept the sleeves the same as the pattern. This one fits her loosely, and she can wear it with a tank top underneath, and she loves the way it fits. So do I. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. This is the 9.5 one. Lorraine, did you get my updated note?
Oh, no, I probably didn't. I didn't look at it.
Okay, I'll read this one then. I had you read this one because the last was so short. But this is Cynthia May again. She used Karen cotton cakes in the colorway Nested Blues. It is a 60% cotton and 40% acrylic blend. She used 1 whole cake for this. She did double crochet stitches with no decreases on the neck and no trim on the sleeves on this one. It fits loosely and she could wear a tank top under it too. She loves the way it fits. And she also threw in that she did not do the single crochet on the trim as well. Oh, this is me again.
Yep.
Cynthia May. And I have her YouTube channel here, but since you already said it, that's fine. The yarn for this one used was Kobu in the color Steel Blue. It's a number 3 weight DK yarn. It's 51% cotton and 49% rayon blend. She used almost 3 balls in this one. She used double crochet and single crochet stitches. She double crocheted around the sleeves and before sewing it together. I guess before sewing it together, maybe she meant to say. Mm-hmm. She added 5 rows of double crochet and did a split seam. It's full length and fits her really nicely.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, the next is Alice K. The yarn she used is Premier Cotton Fair in the color of Valentine. It is a number 2 sport weight yarn. It says the yarn is a cotton and acrylic blend, and she used 2 full balls and a small amount of a third ball. She did not do a gauge swatch, a woman after my own heart, and she used the half double crochet stitch. The sleeves were the same as the pattern. It is a full-length sweater, but not very long. So she says, I like the sweater a lot. The fit is good, and the top is nice and cool. And in Alice's words, she says, I like the Cal collab because it was fun to see everyone else's take on the same pattern. I was never able to see the lives as they were streaming, so I didn't get a chance to add comments. The lives were too long. It doesn't matter about multi-channels.
Can I just add there where it says she didn't get a chance to add comments? In future, Alice, you actually can. 24 hours after this goes up live, so tomorrow by 2 p.m. Eastern, you could chat along the side of the chat and people will get notified if you like reply specifically to their name, or if future people watch it later on, you can actually see the chat going by and feel like you're a part of the whole thing, or you could reply under the video itself and we could still see your comments there as well. So maybe that just is something that she didn't realize that you can do on YouTube. So just for future reference.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful, I love her pooling as well. Like it's kind of like a zigzag. Oh, I love it. And of course, I love the colors.
Me too.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is Allison. She is Allison Roseboom on Instagram. She used I Love This Cotton in the colorway called Aspen, spelled ASPYN, number 318. It's a number 4 worsted weight medium, 100% cotton. She used 3.5 balls, and she used a half double crochet stitch. She kept the sleeves the same as the pattern. It's a full-length sweater, and she wishes it was a little bit longer and more flowy, like using a 2 or 3 weight yarn would have made it. In Allison's words, everyone inspired her in the cow. Knowing it was the Knitting Turnpike's first garment really encouraged her. And she loved hearing Naughty Yarny's thoughts process for hers not getting to meet as in the group in person is something that she wishes she could have done. Very nice, Allison. Love that color.
Yes, it's beautiful. Okay, now number 13, we have Teresa Burke Dukes. She used Premier Cotton Fair yarn in the color America. Now, just in case anybody didn't know, this is actually what the design that Jeannie had. She had designed it with this yarn and this colorway. Teresa used 3 balls. Each ball is 317 yards, to give you an idea. My gauge for her gauge for the sweater was 58 stitches and 20 inches wide. She made it 21 inches long. She crocheted 2 half double crochet rows at the bottom and then 1 double crochet row at the beginning 4 rows. She used an F hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter for the border. She started with a G hook, 4 millimeter hook for the body, and then finished it off with an H hook, 5 millimeter hook. And then she added 4 rows of double crochet to the sleeve and added a lovely white border. It's a
Great.
full-length sweater. It fits her good, but if she had 1 more ball of yarn, she would have made it longer. She didn't change anything to the pattern. And in Teresa's words, it is not my first wearable, and Gina inspired me. Thanks, Gina. I'm not sure if she meant to say it is her first wearable. If anybody knows, correct me, but it did say it is
first
not.
wearable.
Okay, because it said it is not my first wearable. So it must have been autocorrect on her for her. So, okay, it is her first wearable, and Gina inspired me. Thank you, Gina.
Oh.
Do not change a thing for the cow. I loved the live chats, and I loved seeing everyone's projects. Everything was great. I love all 3 of you. Oh, so sweet. And God bless. Thank you for the experience with all of you. Well, we're glad to have you in our fiber circle, Teresa, and congratulations on your beautiful sweater.
It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 14. This is Elise. Elise Deschaines Armstrong. Is that right, Lorraine?
Yes.
Okay. This is her sweater number 1 of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Elise's channel is called, here on YouTube, it's called Elise the Multi-Crafter. And you should go check it out because she's starting to put videos up a lot more now.
Nice.
So, yeah. So it says she used a Karen Cotton Cakes in the color Rose Whisper. This is a number 4 weight yarn, and it is a 60% cotton and a 40% acrylic blend. And she used 1 1/2 sleeves. It says the sweater is a little bit below her hips, and she also added 3 rows of white beads at the bottom. Oh, yeah, I can see that. That looks really nice.
And for you as well, Elise, we'd love to see a close-up of your beadwork on the group, if you can.
I love that colorway. So pretty.
Yeah. Okay, so this is another one of Elise's tops. And she used Lion Brand True yarn, which is 100% rayon from bamboo, in the colorway of tangerine. It is a lightweight 3 DK yarn. She used about 6 balls. And she added, whoops.
Yeah, you're right.
My screen keeps moving.
Oh.
Okay. And she used granny squares. She added granny squares to the bottom of her sweater and added little sleeves on as well. In Elise's words, thank you, ladies. It was fun.
I love that.
Yeah, I like seeing the process of the granny squares and wondering what she's going to do with them, and then to see it finished, it come all together really well.
And that color looks really well on her.
I was just going to say that color looks really, really good on her.
Yep.
Okay, and yeah, you guys got a sneak peek of this one, Carrie Alpieri, and you could find her on Facebook. She used Lion Brand True yarn in the color of hot pink. Because Gina loves that. And it was intended for Gina from the get-go, which was a secret, so now it's out of the bag. It is a light number 3 DK weight yarn made of 100% bamboo. I hear it's very, very nice. I've never touched it, so I don't know, but
it's extremely soft.
Yeah, yes. It really looks like really nice and flowy. She used 6 balls for the sweater using the single crochet stitch. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it looks like machine made. It's so her
Oh,
stitches
It
are
does.
awesome.
It looks like store-bought. Yeah.
trooper with the single crochet, I tell you. I think she might be the only one who did the whole thing in single crochet. She added a few rounds to the sleeves to make it a little bit longer. It's a full-length sweater because we know Gina likes a longer sweater. It fits Carrie, but secretly, not anymore though, this top has been created for Gina Pike the whole time. Tee hee, she says.
She's sneaky.
She changed both the front and the back of the yoke area by leaving a hole to be able to have a different texture working in the larger areas in the round. And in Carrie's words, everyone has inspired me in this. It is amazing to bounce ideas off everyone and other yarnies. I loved all of it, working together to encourage and inspire each other. We agree. That's why we
Very sad. Yeah.
wanted
Very
to do
nice.
this. Mm-hmm.
It's a gorgeous top. I'm very, very blessed to have been the recipient of it.
Yes.
So thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. It was a very nice surprise when we exchanged some stuff this week to open it up and see that. So thank you. This top, this is number 17. This is Verna Bradshaw. It's beautiful. Look at this color. She used Knit Picks Cotton yarn in the color lilac. And it's beautiful. It says it's a 3-weight DK yarn. It's a cotton and linen blend, which is perfect.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It says she used 5.5 skeins that were 50-gram balls each, so approximately 275 grams total.
Wow.
It says she has a photo of her gauge, but she did not measure it. So and it's
like
just,
I'm partial to purple, so that's gorgeous.
Me too.
it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite color.
And Berna, I think, is here in the chat, so be
Yes,
sure to
she is.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations, Berna,
Yeah.
as well. Everybody for making beautiful sweaters.
Absolutely.
Okay, number 18, we have Ingrid, and she's known on YouTube as Ingrid's Inspirations.
Oh, it skipped again on you?
Yeah. It's so temperamental. She used yarn. The yarn she used is called Blue Seal in the colorway Ecru and Camel. Or, pardon me, Ecru and Caramel. It's a 4-ply weight yarn, 100% cotton and bamboo. She did not use a swatch, and she used half double crochet and single crochet stitches. Her sleeves she left like the pattern. It's a full-length sweater that is light and comfortable on her. She did a single crochet border at the bottom and the top of the sweater. In Ingrid's words, almost everyone brought something new to the table that she can for sure use in the future. She loved the multi-channel collab. The time given to make it and sharing. Suggestion in the future, we maybe choose our own pattern or maybe use a free pattern. A knitting project would be lovely as well, especially for beginners. To do projects in a group is encouraging for those of us who are still beginners. Thank you so much. Glad that I could be part of this and learning so much from all of you.
Beautiful job, Ingrid. I love the
Mhm.
caramel name.
Gorgeous.
Like caramel's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the next one we have Asa. She said, my name is not easy to pronounce, but we'll go with Rognerund. Sure. Sorry, Asa, I botched your name. Shouldn't be a surprise from me. She knows that. Yarn she used is Mayflower cotton, 8/4 solids, and the colorway gray. I'm don't know if it's like 8-ply or something like that over there. I'm not sure. It's a fingering number 1 weight yarn made of cotton.
Wow.
She used 11-7 skeins.
I think it was 11.7.
Yeah, 11.7.
I was wondering because it was fingering. I was like, oh, it depends on the size of the skein too, because I know fingering weight you could get like 10 gram minis too, right? So she doesn't remember her gauge. She used half double crochet. She did a simple lace edging on the sleeves. It's a full length sweater. When she measured and tried the sweater on, it fit well, but it gets larger after a couple hours of wear, she found. She said she would have taken that into consideration, but she used too little of the cotton for the garment to think about that. She did single crochet around both the back and the front before sewing it together and made a lace edging around the neck and the sleeves. In Asa's words, all the cheering has been helpful. I would like to try to crochet a garment in wool, but it will probably be a while. I loved the giveaways and the lives. I did not like the pattern that much. It would have been easier for me as a new crocheter if I was told exactly what to do. Not making the pattern for myself. For me, the timeline was great. You could perhaps just said summer tops rather than having the one pattern only. She also wanted to add, I want to mention that Jocelyn, hi Jocelyn, if you're watching, which you're not, from Northern Knits podcast is a big inspiration for me starting to crochet again. Yes, I watched Diana and Jocelyn as well. They're wonderful people. And then I watched Jocelyn on the podcast with, oh geez, I'm bad, Louise on her channel as well. So check all them out as well. That's wonderful, Asa. I tried to find the picture of Asa actually wearing the sweater, and I went through and I couldn't find where it was. So I found the one at least with it finished. So
Okay. This next top is Wendy Bonvie. She used cotton cakes in the color of sea lavender. It is a number 4 worsted weight yarn that is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic blend. She used 1 3/4 cakes, and she was not sure on her gauge. She used single crochet for the trim and double crochet for the main fabric. She followed the pattern for the sleeves. This is a full-length top. She found that the neck was too wide for her, so she added many extra rows and decreases as well. She still has trouble picking a good size for herself since she hasn't done many wearables before. It says, all the hosts and participants inspired her. In Wendy's words, I enjoyed this Cal collab, in particular the lives in the Facebook group. Awesome. That's really nice
Thank
to
you.
hear. This top looks really, really good on you.
sorry, the picture didn't come out any bigger. It was on Ravelry. So it was like I had messaged her to ask her. I seen all her. I knew she was doing it because I had all of her information emailed to me, but then I didn't have a photo, so I had to go through Ravelry for the photo, and this is the size they gave me, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, they really shrink their images.
Well, I kind of like maybe Wendy, if you're watching this, maybe you can add a photo of you wearing it. There was different shots too of her wearing it in our group photo, so everybody can get a really good look at that because it's beautiful. Okay, our next one, we're almost there, guys. Hang in there, troopers. This one is Christina Marie and you can find her at Finding Serenity in Stitches. She didn't say where. I'm thinking YouTube. She used Barocco Faro in the color brown. It is a number 3 DK weight yarn. That's 80% cotton and 20% nylon. She used a 4.5 millimeter hook and used V-stitches. She didn't put anything extra on the sleeves, but she did some shaping so she could make a lovely V-neck and made 12-inch straps for it, as you see. It is a full-length sweater, and she loves it.
I do too. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next top we have is from Priscilla, who is Distinctive Crochet, and I believe she's here in the chat.
Mm-hmm,
Hello,
she is.
Priscilla. It says, and this top I just absolutely love because she did not do it very similar to the pattern. So here we go. It says she used a Lion brand comfy cotton yarn in the color of stained glass. Now this yarn is a number 3 light DK weight yarn, which is 50% cotton and 50% polyester blend. And she used 2 skeins for her sweater. She used a double crochet, slip stitches, some single crochet, and some skipped stitches too. Sorry.
No, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah. It is a full-length sweater and it fits her perfectly. It says the entire front was constructed top down after connecting the back.
Oh.
That's what inspires me. It says she was inspired by Gina, Barb, and Lorraine. And in Priscilla's words, it says the conversations during the lives were very helpful and inspirational. Everyone talked about what they did to their tops, and it was very helpful in deciding how I would make mine. So thank you for the fun cowl and opportunities for the giveaways. And now here's some constructive criticism. It says she thought the cowl was awesome, but would be more accessible if we just had a cowl to make a top. Then people could use free patterns, tutorials, or make their own. Which is very good feedback.
Yep, and that's exactly what I had said to everybody. Give us all your information for your sweater, and then we wanted the good and the, there's a way to say things, even the bad, that, is just we could take it into consideration in the future.
And I just want to point out one thing. I love the lines of that sweater. That sweater, as you can see, they don't go across. They go up and down, which is I love that.
Mm-hmm. When I heard top down, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is my second top. It was the one used with the mystery yarn. And the Karen Simply Soft. I used approximately 1,000 yards. The hooks I used were a 4.5 millimeter, 3.75, and a 3 millimeter. And I did do a gauge, and I got 3 rows to 1 inch, and I don't know, I wrote down 4 stitches per 1 inch, but yeah, 4 stitches to 1 inch. Oh, well, anyways, I used the hag stitch for the bottom half and a single crochet for the top. So I did the hag stitch up so far, and then when I started getting close to where my bra would be, I used a single crochet. I added one round of single crochet for the sleeves, and I scooped the neck. Comes down to about my hip length. And I was inspired by Barb from Knitting Turnpike, or pardon me, Barb, for turning her sweater, the pattern into a sweater. Gina for completing a very nice top for her first wearable crochet, and many others for jumping into the cowl and making something that they haven't made before. I enjoyed seeing all the wonderful tops being posted on the Facebook group, as well as I enjoyed the lives.
Beautiful. Does it flare out at the bottom too?
It's more flowier at the bottom, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it kind of looks like a little bell at the bottom. It's pretty.
I didn't add any extra. It's just the way that the fabric flows.
Beautiful. And I am finished, so everybody knows. Because last week I had a little bit of the sleeve. I finished within a couple hours after our live last time. I finished it. So this is myself, Barb, from Naughty Yarnies on Instagram and YouTube. It's my second sweater and kind of my own design. I never even looked at the paper. And I used Cottony Silk by Loops and Thread in the colorway Sun Valley. And that yarn is a number 3 DK weight yarn. It's 20% cotton, 60% polyester, and 20% silk blend. Each ball has 426 yards in it. I chained using the 6mm hook and then used a 5mm hook for the entire body. The back piece was 80 stitches across, and each of the front panels were 40. It measures 24 inches across, and each front panel are 12 inches across. The sleeves were 66 inches around, and I turned after each round, and then I did a decrease every after every 4 rows to bring the arm in a little bit. And then I used 3 entire balls, and I only have like 10 grams left, which I am going to try to get a pocket. I decided last night while I was typing all this information up, I'm like, I'm going to do a pocket. I didn't see anyone with a pocket, so that's something I think I want to do. I decided after doing my back piece, though, if you watch that live, I was doing the back piece and it was going sideways, side to side, and I decided with the colorway that I wanted to go up and down. So when I decided I was going up and down, that's when I decided I wanted to do a cardigan. And then I, of course, wanted a V in the front and not just the square front of a cardigan like a normal cardigan would have. The trim, I used front post double crochet, back post double crochet, nothing spectacular for just 5 rows. I had to seam with a different brand of yarn though. I didn't seam the sides or the top shoulders with this yarn. So if anybody has this yarn, going to use this yarn, it pulls and it breaks. So as you're sewing a couple stitches, it'll break on you. So you might be left with nothing. So I got out another really pale yellow yarn and I used that to seam up with it. I still had a, what? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have the 3. I used 3 full ball, like they're cakes kind of, when I did the main sweater, and I had 1 whole ball left. So I was like, I'm doing long sleeves. So that's what made me do the long sleeves, because I knew I would have enough. And now that I'm typing this, I have time before the live to make pockets. Guess what? I didn't have time before the live. I did not. I only had like 15 hours and I need to sleep in there somehow. So I'm super duper proud of myself because I did so much this week. It's crazy. So this was a fun collaboration and a cow. And I'm so glad we each had such amazing fiber friends to join us along for this lovely ride. Thank you, everyone. So we will stop sharing the screen so you're warned. Your faces will be showing in a second. I got to go back to the screen, I guess. There we go.
Bravo.
So was there any questions as we went?
Berna had a question about the hag stitch. It is a new stitch that was created by Ryan from the Yarn Hag Ryan. She has a YouTube channel, and she wanted the texture of a knitted project in crochet because she doesn't know how to knit, and she developed that stitch. Searched and everywhere, nobody had that stitch, so that's why it was named after the creator. And that's so if you want to find out more about the hag stitch, you can search YouTube, just put in the search bar Hag Stitch, and you'll come across it. I was one of her testers for the stitch, so that's how I come across it.
Is that HAG?
Yes.
HAG. Okay.
Yeah, if anybody ever wants to like kind of borrow this idea of the slideshow in future for any of your cows or cows, they're both the same cow for knit and or crochet. And you want people's information, I suggest that instead of numbering questions, because you kind of have to rewrite the whole thing. So maybe write a basic outline. So like say you and make it blank, have blanks so that they fill in the blanks. And then you could easily copy and paste. Ask me how I know this.
And then fill in.
Then they could fill it in. Then when you're reading it, you will read it in what they put instead of having to fill in all the extra everything. And
write everything out.
It's so easy to mess it all up and then mess up like trying to take it from multiple areas. So like I tried to get everybody to email me, but some of them emailed Gina, and then I wasn't getting it right away, or I had to take it from her and then put it somewhere else and then copy and paste. It's just so maybe keeping something more central and only in that one spot versus like 5 different areas to get it from. Yeah, so just learn from what we did, and just to make it easier on you. Or I'm making also mental notes so I could look back and remember what to do differently if I ever do that again. So it was total fun though, and lots of beautiful, beautiful projects. I'm wondering how many people will do another one.
I am. I didn't get mine done this week. I just haven't been feeling well. But I told you guys like last week, I have the yarn set aside and I have my idea. I'm going to do it. It just might take me a little bit of time. I just wasn't well this week. But I do see somebody, Kelly. Yes, I did it in Trubu. And when I put it on, it's because I've in the stitches double crochet, and on the back it's very open because I blocked the heck out of it. It feels pretty lightweight. I can sit, outside and not be too uncomfortable with it. I wear like a tank under it, one of those spaghetti tanks, and it feels pretty good. So I like the yarn. It's soft, and if you block it, like I said, I blocked mine and did double crochet, so the stitch is a little bit more open.
Lovely. Yeah. So anybody that didn't get a chance to I should say two instead of ta, I don't know if that's a Canadian thing, to maybe
I think it's a Barb thing.
Thanks, Lorraine. You can let us know in the comments either down below if you're watching after the replay, or even if you're watching here want to leave it there, or in the comment section, and just let us know what you liked and what you thought you would like changed or anything like that, so we can learn from this too, because this was our first one and our first joint one, and we really want to learn from it and see everybody's input, and just so we know for future, and nothing will be taken to heart, so don't worry about that. As you've seen, we read negative as well as positive, so it's all good in the in the fiber world, so it's fine. So just we'd love to hear all that information, and it's not too late if you haven't given your information either. Like stick it in the Facebook group, kind of in the way that we had read them. So like a little story, you're bragging about your sweater and tell us everything. Everybody likes to know, because everyone always has a question. When they see somebody's sweater, they will ask questions. So if you've seen us on one of our other lives, we each had a sweater and everyone had bunches of questions. So everybody's going to have a bunch of questions for your sweater as well. So give as much information as possible. You've seen some of the information that we read were only like a couple sentences, but we liked the really, really long in-depth ones, because that way there's not going to be any questions whatsoever with anybody. So, and you're welcome, everyone. Either of you okay with going ahead with the draw, or do you have something in mind besides?
No.
Okay, it's all you, Lorraine.
Okay. Oops, I gotta hit this one first.
We're
Okay,
all
so
learning here, everyone. So
I put everybody's name on the wheel, and so we can see who is the winner. This is for one of my beaded crochet necklaces.
yeah, okay, it's not sharing yet.
Oh,
You have to do that share thing, remember, at the bottom.
all right, I have to go back here again. Okay, just there. Okay.
And I'll tell you when I got it to accept it here.
Okay, I clicked it.
And did you click on the box till it was green and then share? Because I don't have an button like I did earlier. Like to,
Oh, there we go.
to broadcast it. Okay, I'm just going to add that to the screen. Good luck, everyone.
Okay.
Oh, that was quick. We didn't even get to see the
No,
wheel
actually,
spin.
okay, hold on. That was a test. Okay, here we go.
That was a sight to us also there.
Okay, so Linda Simpson.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Okay, so
Maybe you
Linda
could.
Simpson, if you can send me an email at chatelainmakes@hotmail.com, and I'll get your information, and then I can send that out to you.
And are you going to show everybody what
I
she
can show,
won?
I haven't decided yet, but I can show some of the ones that I've made. So I have a black one here with gold beads.
Mm.
Can you put her on solo?
Yeah, thanks. I'm just admiring, so I'm not even. I'll get this one day. And every time I go to your face, it tells me to remove, so I'm trying to.
There we go. Okay, here is the yellow one with red and orange beads.
Ooh.
I have black with gold beads.
Beautiful. Go slower.
Okay.
Tease us.
Please.
Now, Lorraine made these, everyone.
This one's pink.
Ooh. It's pretty.
Oops.
Ooh.
What color
Some
are
have
those
more
beads?
strands than others.
What color are the beads, Lorraine, for that one?
These ones are like a teal color.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it looks
Pretty.
like. Pretty.
This one's.
Ooh.
Oh, that's sparkly.
Yeah.
I did this one yesterday.
It's beautiful.
Oops, losing my stitches here. like this one.
Oh, wow. I can see why.
Yeah, purple.
Mm-hmm.
This one's nice too. Yeah.
Now, how long do those take you to make, Lorraine?
It depends. If I have to string beads, it can take up to 12 hours because
Whoa.
I don't know how many beads I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I just string a bunch of beads on and then I decide on my pattern. I got to fix that one.
Do you have a how-to video on your channel for these, or is it just something that you do?
No, it's just something I do. This one's pretty. This
You know
one
you'll get
has
asked, right?
this one has white beads, kind of purpley pink beads and black beads.
Oh, it's pretty.
And here's another one.
Linda says purple is her favorite color. Also, hint, hint, Lorraine.
Yeah, me too.
I added the hint, hint.
Yeah, it's been purple ever since before I could pronounce it. Yep. Oh, that's about it. The yarn is
They're all beautiful.
wrapped around.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Was there something else we were supposed to talk about before ending the... I know it's like bittersweet. That's why we're kind of stalling everyone.
Yeah. Oh, just thank everyone for joining us.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for
Oh, I got a
participating
mess
and
here.
showing off your beautiful works and all the places, and keep it up and keep
And
chatting with us.
the Facebook group now has gone private. So
That's right.
if anybody wants to join the Facebook group, they do have to. If they're not already, they do have to ask for to join the group.
Yeah, you
And
can search for it though. Like, so
yes,
sometimes they're so private you can't even search. You can search, but the people that search for it can't look at it until you, like one of us, accept you in.
yeah,
So
they'll
yeah.
find the group, but they won't see anything
Mhm.
posted.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was as of Thursday that just passed. So it took,
Mhm.
in case you're wanting to do that ever in Facebook, it literally takes 72 hours to get approved. So it took 72 hours from the time we had hit change it to private until it aired, and then you get a notification that says it is now private, so you know the exact time when it's now private. So
Mhm.
yeah, so that's good information for anybody that needed or wanted to know that part. And so we have a lot of thank yous, and we all say thank you guys, and
Mhm.
we will say more too in the chats and things. And if there's nothing else anybody wants to add, congratulations to all the winners, because we had quite a few lucky winners, and I think everybody won with their sweaters. And
Absolutely.
the new
Yep.
friendships everybody had gotten from this.
Mhm.
So we appreciate you all and hope you stay in contact and keep up with what our journeys are going on, and on our channels on Facebook and everything, all the places. So hope you all have a great week. There was something I wanted to say that today was an important day. I seen it on Facebook this morning. Anybody remember what today is? Oh my gosh, I'm going to kick myself in the butt later because I'll remember later and be like, I wanted to point that
I'll
out that
post
today.
it in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I guess. It's like I don't remember what it was, but it was something fabulous anyway.
It's
So.
National Hug Your Yarn Day.
Are you making that up, or?
That's
I'm
every
making it
day.
up.
That's
Oh,
every day.
I'm
that's
making
now
it
today.
up.
Yeah, that works for me totally. But yeah, we'll post it on Facebook if it truly is that important, but maybe it was just important to me. I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, everybody take care and have a great week, great summer, stay happy, healthy, and safe. And we'll all chat with you soon. So from myself, Barb, and
Lorraine,
And Gina, thank you.
thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
bye. It's still live, Barb.
I'm pressing it. Sorry, guys. You get us for another second.